Good morning, Mike Chess. Mike check. Happy post hump day. Wednesday is get over the hump. Hope you guys are doing well today. I boy, it's been a kind of a rough last few days for me. I did not sleep. Not last night. I slept. Boy, did I ever sleep last night. But last night I slept, and the night before I did not. So I was up for about 40 hours straight. Um, just some family stuff. So, and I hope you guys can connect. Let me know. Give me some feedback if you can. Um, Still not really seeing anybody connecting. So I streamed a little bit earlier for channel members, and I saw no connections there either. So I'm hoping I'm seeing the data in real time the way it should be. Let me see. I should be streaming. Yeah, it should be good. Let's see. We got our top right up here. Yeah, it should be fine. Should be fine. And Dende. All right. Go ahead and reply to that. There we go. Oh, yeah, the privacy is set wrong. There you go. Privacy is set to members. That is so weird because it's not. Um, let's see details. Well, maybe it is. Up visibility. There you go. I'm a noob. Okay, here it comes. Sorry about that. All right, now folks should be able to hop in. All right. All right, there you go. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate that. Cool. All right, off Twitter, back to the YouTube, back to the markets. Good morning. Morning, Jack. Good morning, volatility premia. What a sweet market to trade today, guys. What a sweet market. Uh, it's just moving so beautifully off of levels, isn't it? Isn't it? Good morning, Raymond. I hope you're well. This has been an awesome market. How are you guys' days going? I was very happy to get back to trading today. Yesterday was a kind of a crazy family day. Um, Crazy. As I mentioned early in the stream, you guys should be able to rewind it, but I'll say it again because there was nobody connected. I was in the shit yesterday. Right, there was just some stuff going on yesterday, and so I was up for 40 hours. You can maybe hear it in my voice. I'm still tired, even though I got a lot of sleep last night. Um, I was up for about 40 hours straight. So just some family health issues. Anyway, BBWC a little bit here. Opportunities. We are going to scale it in right here, right now. Bing. All right. We'll take a few short. We'll get in. We have liquidity on MBO above us a little bit. Anyway, just did a kind of fun. Did a members only video and sort of outlined the trade setups today. That happened just a few minutes ago. And that's fun. It's kind of like I'm already doing what I love to do, but I get to do it no holds barred, share every trick in the book, share every detail. Because folks are paying to get that kind of analysis so that they can see and know every single little thing that I'm doing. So it's kind of cool. These public live streams, right? I'm not going to go into quite as much detail. So in the level 2 stuff, I'll give everybody, hey, this is where my stop was. This is where I entered. Why I entered. It's not a signal service. It's a I'm giving people setups that they can take next time it happens, kind of thing. Anyway, so kind of cool. Pagonzo, good morning. I love your green name. Oh, Jack, very nice. I like it. 3750. So we could zoom out a little bit, Jack. Go to a different chart. Sorry, these blue lines were from an explanation that I gave to the members. By the way, if you're a member, Pagonzo, thank you for that. I posted that video. It's 21 minutes long of setup explaining goodness, we'll call it. And you know me, I'm going to pack it full of information. Especially for you guys. The YouTube stream, live stream like this, where everyone's going to be able to see it during this time. You won't be able to see any of these archives, right? You'll be able to see the live stream as it happens. In a lot of cases, I will live stream only for the members only during hotter market hours where I'm taking trades. So there will be some indirect signals, I guess, given. But that's not the intent. I'll just be discussing likely what I'm doing and how I'm viewing the market in real time. During hotter market hours, closer to the open, stuff like that, where there's great trades, but just it's still moving really fast. And I don't want a whole lot of chats coming in and 40 or 50 people spamming. It's going to be whoever that level 2 membership is, and then I'll be addressing any questions, but then also trying to trade my account with just less distraction. So they'll all know that. So anyway, we're short on the E-mini. We're short some from 65.50. Right. So we're at 1R with the stop. So what do? Take off. There we go. What's funny is that the algos absolutely, I bought up. I hit the ask just now. It's incredible how quick. Yes. Come get my other one. What another sweet trade. All right, I'm out. Flat off sweet BBWC here. This I would call So so there's going to be variants of BBWC. Um, and again, level 2 members will get all of those deep explanations on how they're all set up. But this is more of a type 2 BBWC. So that video will come out later today for the members, where I basically show you exactly how to get in, how to set your stop, which ones are the best, all that good stuff. So I'll still be talking strategy on this channel. But again, everything that I talk about today will get archived. And then the public will not have access to the archive. Right? So if you want access to all the live stream archives, that's $10 a month or $9.99. So changing things up on the channel here, and some people will not like it, but I don't feel bad whatsoever. You guys get to learn from somebody who knows how to trade these markets and find success. So it's all positive, and it really allows me to feel completely like I just want to give it everything for these people who are taking it serious and appreciating what they're getting. So you're gonna get explanations, you level 2 people. You're gonna get explanations that the level 1 and the public, they're never gonna see. You're gonna hear me talk about settlement in all its glorious intricacies. And you're going to hear me talk about why it works better than other times and what the market structure around that is. And it's going to be stuff that is repeatable for you if you understand it. So anyway, there's my hook, guys. There's my sales pitch. if you want to learn a little more and trading is your jam and you like to educate yourself and you like the way that I do it, well, I'm giving you that opportunity. If not, well, that's okay. That's cool. I still will connect on YouTube. I'll still do Sierra chart videos. I'll still do trading videos on the main YouTube, but is it going to be the same level of... What a sweet short. Man, I wish I would have held this for 10 points. Is it going to be the same level of depth? Of course not. Not even close. So, anyway. So, Andre, there have been people who've been kind of struggling with it. It's the big join button, I think, on my main page. Now, who was it? Dusty? I think it was Dusty. Or Dustin, sorry if I got your name wrong. Little tired, but I think it was Dusty said that on the iOS mobile app, it doesn't show up. So if you're on a mobile, the join button apparently doesn't show up. I guess that's Apple's way of fighting against Google or something. But on my mobile app, hey, welcome, thank you, Andre. And I'm going just for you level 2 folks. Awesome, my friend. Thank you. For your level 2 folks, because I've had a little bit of craziness yesterday, and you'll see all my posts, Andre. I'm going to do more for you guys this month. Because, the perks are basically, I'm committing to 3 educational setup videos per month for the level 2 guys. And generally, I'm just going to be there for you guys, right? You guys want me to do something, right? And we do some sort of democratic process where I do a poll. That's what I'm going to do, right? Doesn't make me your personal slave. I make my money trading, guys. Compared to my trading, this is a pittance. But I want to be able to, when I'm training and educating people, give it my all. I have a tough time giving my all. This is just me being completely honest. I have a tough time giving it my all when I'm dealing with the public, and I'm often dealing with people who are very rude to me, right? So that $50 a month is like an asshole filter, to be honest, right? So it's just I get to give you guys what I already like to do, but no holds barred, right? Hold nothing back. Just go for it. And so I'm already pumped up to give you guys more videos, to talk about settlement, to talk about the VWAP trade that I took yesterday, the halfback, to talk about another trade that I took. Well, I took a little 4-lot E-mini. While I held my baby girl yesterday and walked into the office, and it was a what I called for the level 2. It was a set it and forget it. It was a walkaway trade, but that 4 lots made me 12.5 points per lot. Right, that's 50 points on the E-mini, all because it was a singular setup that I walked in at a glance, saw it, clicked the button, and walked back out to go take care of the stuff I'm taking care of with my wife's parents and family and stuff like that. Right? So I was just walking through the office with my little girl. Boom, go click it. The stop set. I let the trade go. I'm going to screenshot all of that. I'm going to do a video and show you the exact setup. But with the setup comes all the theory that makes the setup valid. And that's the gold. It's not somebody giving you a signal. The gold is, wow, that dude just taught me how to fish. And I can actually go back, reference his video, and add it to my repertoire as a trader, right? Giacomo, welcome, my friend. Nice to have you around. I will shoot you an email. Andre, I have your email. Giacomo, if you would shoot me an email, if you haven't already, there's some instructions, so I can get you the HUD. So I know I said I'd never share chart books, but I fell this month. I set this whole thing up, and then I had this family catastrophe happen that night. So while I'm setting this all up, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to work on videos tonight, I couldn't. And so I made a public post in the members area saying, I apologize, guys. This is what's happening. No excuses. But I'm not one of these people that promises stuff and then under-delivers. So I'm going to over-deliver for you guys this month on all kinds of things. Above and beyond the perks. So this is a good month to sign up because all the level 2 stuff, you only have one video up right now. But there's going to be more this month than normal, right? So it's just the whole thing. I may even just share. So I've improved a chart book. I'm thinking about it for this month. A little sneak peek. I may even share another chart book with you guys that includes some of all my already like pre-built. You know, these TPO charts are sweet, right? They help a lot with all of the segmenting of times, right? Just the way that they're set up with the VWAPs and the T1, T2s, and all that good, glorious stuff. They're a little harder to do on the TPO charts. You guys know in Sierra chart it's harder. So I may share like the footprint, the volume, the TPO, and the 5-minute. Just as a thank you for some of you guys being patient while I don't have all 3 videos for the month already up. I plan to have them already up. I didn't do that because of this catastrophe. So anyway, I'm the kind of person I am not going to underdeliver and say, oh, I'll get you next month. No. When I get time, which I have time today, tomorrow, Saturday, I'm going to pump out some awesome stuff for you guys. Above and beyond what it's promised in the perks. So just letting you know, I'm not I'm the kind of person that over delivers, not under delivers. So, and again, I was already doing a lot of this, minus the chart books, for people. But now I get to do it with full joy. So this is not like it's going to take a whole lot more of my time. I just get to deliver better content because I'm, connecting with other serious traders, and so it's going to improve everything. My perspective, most of all. Anyway, you get unfiltered Mike here. That's me. All right, it was a good short. It was a good short off the BBWC, and you can see that it was a nice pullback. And when I say type 2 BBWC, the pullback wasn't deep off that level, right? It was a 50%. So essentially, we look up here at this, sorry, Paganzo, I do appreciate that, but Dirk. Dirk, you crack me up, my friend. I love you, Dirk. You're a good man. By the way, so Paganza says, "Thanks, Mike, but don't be worried." Yeah, I know that, but everybody has excuses, and I'm just saying, I don't take it lightly. I'm a kind of person. If I say I'm going to show up at a certain time, I don't show up 20 minutes late. If I'm going to show up 5 minutes late, the moment I know I'm going to show up 5 minutes late, I'll text you. That's how I am. Now, do I expect everybody in my life to be that way? No. That's just not how people are. But that's how I am. So, anyway, let me see here. Andre, go for it. Dazzle us non-stop on the treadmill. Yeah, you can hear I'm on the treadmill. Yeah, Nick. I don't know. I know that I offer value as a trader. I know that. So if it all goes away, I still make money trading, right? If it comes down to it, a whole bunch of people subscribe and everybody's a jerk, then what's going to end up happening is I'll just get rid of it after I've made my commitments for the month, and I'll continue trading, right? And I'll say it's a failed experiment. Right? I did the same thing with Discord, but there was no pay involved, right? The whole idea of Discord was give and take. Everybody gives, everybody takes. What ended up happening, right, in that system is that I gave. Some other people gave as well, but it ended up concentrating to 2 or 3 or 4 people that were giving, and it's too much when you have 1,500 people, right? It's just too much. So that ended up going away. It's a failed experiment, right? This is a different kind of experiment, but I aspire to excellence. So I made a bet. I made a bet with a good friend some years ago. I was the optimist in the bet. They were not so much. I bet them. I could share everything I know about trading with people publicly, and I took the side of the bet. People will see it. They'll know what real trading is. They'll know what real analysis looks like, and people will come in and flock to it and like, oh, that works. Now, without the YouTube streaming or anything, just real analysis on a chart, which is why, I don't know, a year and a half ago on Twitter, I probably posted 20 calls a night sometimes in globex and RTH, probably like 20 charts predicting what I thought was going to happen next every single night, right? Because I was like, I'm not going to explain like I do on YouTube. I'm not going to explain as much, but I'm absolutely going to put it out there, put the analysis out there, explain all kinds of minutiae and details. People will like, oh yeah, they'll dig it. Of course, some people understand, but the vast majority are like, this is not the normal Furu stuff, so they ran. They're like, right? Or people attacked it, would say things like, oh, this is after the fact. I'm like, no, it's 10 seconds. It's at the time that I made the decision that I want to do something. It's just they're seeing it 5 minutes late because they're checking their Twitter feed late. But, it's like I do here, right? I say take a short in, a 7 or 10-second delay. It worked out. Why? Because I have strategies that work. It's simple. But anyway. Yes, they do. I took an NQ short today right at OVWAP. OVWAP is right here, this teal line. And there were reasons for that short. It's, here, I'll show you. This is where I took the short, right? Now, was it a big winning? I'm going to be completely transparent with you. Isham. The short was into this line that's auto-magically painted. It's just a way to say that this is painted automatically every day for me. So when I say auto-magically painted, this thick teal line paints every day for me. I took it on the line. And I took it because of the open and other reasons. And my stop was 1R here. I took off half the trade at 1R. I wanted the rest to move outside of this channel. It did not. So it came back up here and it took out my stop, which I moved to less than 1R. Because when you make a new high, it's now trend up. It's still, the market is then still rotating in a channel and back up. So when it takes the high out, I'm out. So my entry was still here. Notice my take profit is down here at 1R. I lose on this half of the trade right here. But the distance between here and here means that it was still a small winning trade. Big seller up here on the E-mini. We have some ice, ladies and gentlemen. You can see it here on the RAV. So for level 2 people, and if you use, especially if you use Sierra chart, there are some stinking important settings around these columns that I really haven't shared with the general public yet. I'm going to share those with you guys. Believe that. I will share that so that you can see stuff like this much better. Anyway, this stuff is, gotta clear it. Anyway, the trade was essentially a small winning trade that I took from right here because of the stop out here. Right? So the R's on the trade ended up being around point, with slippage on the NASDAQ, about 0.56 R's. So I stopped half losing, 1R winning. So it's okay. That is completely fine for me. That happens all the time. I don't always have a winning trade, right? There's a gentleman by the name of Timmy who lives in Kentucky, and he's best friends with Rajon Rondo, right? They smoke doobies every other day, maybe. And one day we were talking about risk, and I said, "Look, Timmy," I started showing him all my trades. I said, "Look, Timmy, look at a loser, a winner, a winner, a loser, a loser, a loser, a winner, a winner, a winner, a winner, a loser, a loser." And then I showed him my P&L, and he's like, "God damn. How do you?" I'm like, "Dude, cut your losers, have a thesis about where you're wrong, try to get into a trade structurally that gives you the best reward and the smallest risk, and play in areas that the vast majority of people are too afraid to play, and do it for good reasons." So I have those reasons. I've been trading long enough. You guys know, you guys have watched my videos, so it is what it is. So anyway, I did take a trade on the E-mini up here, and I got paid right into 58. No, I got paid into 58 on my runner, and I got out ahead of this bubble here. So the stops in this trade were over the high. My TP1s were here. My TP2, my runner, was down here. It's a good trade. It's an excellent trade. Here, look. You put it... Now, is it a 5R trade? Is it a 6R trade? Is it a 7? No, it's not. But it's a higher than 50% probability win rate at greater than 1R. Those are the ones that I look for. I hunt for them, and that's what I'm already telling people. I'm explaining to them exactly how to get in and out of these trades. It's not magic. There's no guarantee success. But I'm teaching you how to do it for yourself. So that one day you're going to unsubscribe from my service and say, thanks, TYP. And then you'll shoot me emails from your yacht. That's it. Or from the house you own. Hopefully. Right? Or the mobile motorhome that you drive because you want to live a nomadic lifestyle. Cool. I dig it. Whatever it is. Anyway, the point is I want you guys to be successful and eventually leave the service. That's the point. And if I can get new people coming in and I can teach them, look, the market's going to change. That's what happens in trading. The market, when you play intraday, continues to evolve. But principles in trading, if you understand them well, they don't change. Risk, reward, psychology, all of that stays the same, folks. So anyway, what is that trade? I'm going to get back. I'm going to address every single comment and question, especially from you member folk, in a second here. But I don't like to get too distracted and look at the chat while I'm talking about this stuff because I get into more of a flow state. So it's better for all if I talk a little bit uninterrupted at times. And let's see. Turn this off. Put my risk reward tool on. Put it as a short. And we'll tell you right where the trade was. 70. So some here, the majority here. So right where I took off, the majority was a 1.4R trade with the higher, better in my book, better than 50% probability of success. Much better. Where I took off the rest of it, it was 2R into exactly 58. So 1.85 Rs. It's a great trade in my book. That is a great trade. So that's what I'm going to show you guys. That's what I'm showing you guys. Anyway, enough of that. Let's clear this all off. Let me go address comments real quick because hold on. And for anybody that signs up, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to interrupt my trading during the day to get you set up exactly. I'm going to do it at the end of my session, right? At the end of the day, because I'm a trader first, right? And I'm going to share all that stuff with you guys. I get it. Boy, look at that 70. Look at that 70 ice. Fighting. Trying to get paid. Interesting spot. Anyway, so I will get you the chart book. Just shoot me an email. It's got to match, obviously, your the account you subscribe with, right? I'll know. You just tell me. But I'm checking that because I'm sure I'm going to get emails from people. Hey, I'm subscribed. Like, nah, it doesn't match. So, and if you do that, and you want to subscribe in the future, you'll be blocked because you're shady. So don't do it. Because then in the future you'll never be able to contact me because you'll just be blocked, and I'll think you're a bad person, and I'll kick you out of the service no matter what. So, because I don't, I care about you guys' membership, and I think you guys are amazing, but I don't need the money. That's not what this is about. All right, this is about community and me loving to teach and not wanting to feel like I'm teaching people that have their hands out and aren't really grateful. That's essentially what it comes down to. I've tried the free Discord thing, and it just, I would get pissed off to no end because people would they would buy into the concept of give and take for a little bit of time, and then they'd stop. And meanwhile, I was fairly consistent, right? And then these people are, sitting around with their hands out all the time. From time to time they would, right? You had some people who were consistent, but a lot who were not. So anyway, you get a better version of me in this setup. So let's go look at the comments real quick. All right, Giacomo. Adios. Andre, it's going to be a lot of the same as far as start times and stuff. You know, I'm still so. Yeah. I mean, we can talk more about that in the members area. There is a members area that you guys will only see, and I'll tell you guys about that more. But there will be some scheduled members, level 2 members only live streams where I answer questions about setups and things. And then there will also be some videos that I put up just for you guys. Again, I'm committing to 3 videos per month on 3 amazing setups to do every month, right? And then you get the YouTube archive, you get the HUD, and obviously I know you're an appreciative person, so I'm going to be willing to talk to you about stuff, right? You're a member, right? So I'm going to be willing to talk to you about stuff that for other people who want to just take my time nonstop. And that's why membership on this is going to cut off at a certain point. I will absolutely limit the membership because I don't want 1,000 people. I don't want 500 people. I don't. I want to educate a smaller group of traders. So as I've stated, at 100, that's it for level 2. Right? So we're already like 15% of the way there, maybe? I don't know. 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm not sure exactly. Got to check it. So, once that happens, then I've got to cut it off. I've got to change it. Now, as far as actually enforcing that, I'm going to see what I can do with YouTube. Not there yet, but that is the plan, right? Cut it off at a certain point. Because, in all honesty, if you have 1,000 people all playing the same setup exactly and understanding, the markets will shift and change on low time frames faster than a lot of them will be able to keep up. Right? I'll continue to put out videos, and you'll eventually grow your repertoire to where you'll see all the various setups that I do, and you keep playing differently as the market changes. But on low time frames, when people are piling into a certain level, what is going to end up happening if you get too many people is you're going to have way too many small players entering at one point, and they're going to run those stops. Because the market does run stops of retail people who all get in at one point. And I've seen this over and over. It's not that I see it from a distance. I actually know people that have done subscription services that are professional traders that they've said, if I get past X number of people, right, and we're all kind of talking about the same trade, we all get in the same point, they go and they run them, right? It's a problem. It is a problem. So I'm a good trader. Again, it's not a signal service, but you'll end up taking a lot of the same spots that I do. And right now, those spots in the market are, how do we put it? Those spots in the market are not popular to play at. And I trade that way for a reason. I don't want to play in the pop where everybody else is playing, because I think people get run over that way. So I'm constantly looking for places in the market to play that have good reactions, whether it be counter trend or breakout, where the vast majority of educated sort of retail type traders are playing. And I'm looking for those spots where big money is playing against little money, right? And so big money will always play against little money. Don't get that wrong, right? And it's why you see in globex. You guys ever noticed? Hey, thank you, Paul, and thank you, Virtunis. Shoot me an email, please, and I will get you the HUD after the session. But what you'll notice is that in globex, when somebody sticks their neck out, you'll see these punishing moves in the opposite direction, only for the market to zip back the other way, right? And I'm kind of lucky in that some people do trust that I'm not giving them, how do I put it? That I'm not giving them counter trade information, right? And I don't. And so what I see from my perspective is that people enter trades on my suggestions, which you should always trade your own account on your own knowledge. They enter trades at levels on my suggestion, because I'll say a level and I'll see a bunch of people come into that zone, right? So imagine these Twitter accounts that have 80,000 followers or 30,000 followers if they did the same thing. Anyway, this is just an argument to keep it small. That's it. If you guys disagree with it, that's fine. I know from my experience that if you make it too big, again, it's not a signal service, but if you make it too big, people will absolutely destroy the short-term efficacy of the trading style, and they'll get wrecked for a while. And the market will wreck those people because they're all in there. The market doesn't wreck it because somebody from Goldman Sachs cares about your stupid YouTube subscription service. That's not how it works, guys. It works because you are the butterfly flapping its wings, and some of you have bigger wings. And if you're all getting in at a pinpoint spot, the market will test lower. Because there are algorithms in the market that do test order flow against retail. Market makers do that. It's the only way the market's flush. And that's why the E-mini moves like it moves. You guys are like, I don't know. This all sounds pretty tin hat. No. It's why the E-mini moves like she moves. It's why she goes and finds stops outside of an area, and then it goes back the other direction and goes, phew. That is why it happens. And you guys are like, that's why? Yes, that is why. There's short term, there's a supply or a demand problem. They have to create demand. Thank you very much, Professor. Welcome. Again, shoot me an email, please. Anton says level 2 comes with a religious verbal content. So this forum here that I'm talking in, I'm going to be a lot more loose with things. The content I'm going to give people in level 2 is going to be concise and to the point. I don't want to waste their time, and I don't want to waste any more of my time than I need to, right? If I'm sitting on hands for the most part during the day at a certain time, I'm either going to do a members only stream where we talk about tactics, but the market's open, so it's not going to be as popular. All right, I get that, right? Or I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to talk about whatever I want, right? There's going to be some valuable stuff in here, but no, it's not going to be. It's not going to be like the last video I did for that setup was 21 minutes. It could have been probably 18, but no, there was no weird content about any beliefs or, what I had for breakfast or lunch or dinner. Because I want to respect everybody's time. So, that's just the right thing to do, I think. For those connected to these live streams right now in real time, most of you just don't pay anything, right? You're on YouTube, you're like, I'm being entertained. I might learn some stuff. That's cool, right? So I'm going to give you guys glimpses into, hey, this is the kind of thing that I'm going to teach in more depth. But am I going to mirror the content on this public channel? No. Are you going to see sometimes where I'm entering and why? Sure. Are you going to know 100% of the details? Absolutely not. Will level 2? Yes. They will know all the little nitty-gritty details that, entitled people expect on a free YouTube channel. So there's value here, guys. There's value in this stream, but it's not going to be the same value, obviously. Anyway, let's see. The 3770 short, I did a whole private video for you, Andre, and level 2 people. It is on, let's see, if you go to the channel dashboard, here. You paid for that, my friend. And you go to community. It's the second post. And it's for level 2 members only, is what it is. And it is the post. It says level 2 only, intraday structural short and long scalp. I did that live. Nobody showed up because you guys are all G's trading your own accounts right now. I get that. So it's 21 minutes long. And I go into all the details from the overnight action to the morning action to what made me get in, where I did, where I put my stop and why, where I got out where I did, what the preceding price action did that led me to take that trade. So it's all rationalized, 100%. So I wish I would have taken like somebody here says they're long off 50. I wish I would have taken that 50 long. So anyway. Yeah, Andre. I mean, there's no reason for us. Bam! Welcome. I love your name. Bam, bam. I hope you understand, Andre. I'm going to answer all of the level 2 people's questions here. I will get to every single one. It's part of the perks. But that one involves a video that essentially you paid for. And it's good. It's detailed. And if you have more questions on it, we'll discuss them in the group. Like, maybe just discuss it under the video in that area, because then I'll give you the full explanation via text, right? And I'll enjoy doing it on my phone in my off time, right? I love talking about markets, in case you guys. I love trading markets, in case you guys don't know. So, anyway, preliminarily, right now, and I haven't set this up with the perks exactly, I haven't defined it, but I'm thinking of doing 2 members only streams a week and 2 or 3 uh, live streams for the public that if you want to view later, you got to be, level 1, $9.99 a month, subscribed, and then you get the whole archive. But there's content for the level 2 people that goes into much more depth that the level 1s, they get to see these YouTubes and all my old YouTubes, all my old live streams where I rant and talk about T plus. There's some videos back there where I talk about settlement in depth, right? And how to use it. But you got to dig for it. But it's there. It is there. How to use the levels. I know it's there on past live streams. I know some of you guys, probably the Rainer Blankies of the world, he's super organized, have bookmarked those things. He told me he did. He bookmarked a lot of those things and organizing all those old videos through YouTube. So they are there, but level 2, you're going to get a better explanation, and I'm going to do a specific video for you guys. You have your own folder. You already have your own folder, your own playlist. So everything that's for you guys, you're going to have a folder. It's going to be on the main page. You guys are the only ones that see it. Other people might be able to see the previews, but no information within. So, it'll be something you can catalog and use in your trading, right? You can come back to it, reference it. Ha! He said this. It is happening. Or, ha! Mike said this. It's not happening today. I think, because Mike loves to discuss the market, I think on the next live stream I'm going to bring this up, and we're going to discuss why did it not happen at this time, and maybe I'll have an answer for you, right? I love talking about that kind of thing. I love it. Right? So, and now I'll feel completely motivated to do it with you guys. Oh, it's great. Okay. I appreciate that comment about professionalism, Paul. That is absolutely the goal. Um, like I said, I this is my passion. This is what I do full time, right? I do it because I love it, not because I need it. Um, and people have told me this for years that I've traded with. Mike, you need to just charge because you're going to root out all the people that are wasting your time, right? And that get you frustrated. And I was like, but I I love there. I go over the same things. Like, there's value for me in educating. There's these people that I meet that are amazing. But he's like, but you're gonna concentrate it more to people who want to be there. So fade them was right. He's right. Anyway, let's see. So Paul says, look at what happens after large volume indicator triggers. Goes against longs and shorts. That's right. That's right. You see that right here, right? Whoosh, you get the stop runs, and then you get the pullbacks. That's right. But you can see that obviously. So like, let's see. What are you guys looking at here? Yeah, you're looking at the volume. So I just want to clarify. If some of you guys ask questions about specific strategies, I'm not going to package the whole strategy right now, but I will answer detailed questions. Because this will be reference material for you guys later, right? And for level 1 people. But I'm not going to package it all in a whole trade setup right now. So just don't hold back on your questions, guys. Don't think I'm not going to answer something. I will. So let's look here on the NASDAQ. I'm just trying to provide some structure. Let you guys know. Into settlement here on the E-mini. Into T+2 on the E-mini. Hold on. We are going to be taking trades here. Big bid ice, 1,000 contracts. That's at 82.25. Right under settlement. I swear these people. Thing is T+2, the bulls are going to try right now. But it's a level, guys. This is a level. They're trying to trap some shorts up here with bid ice. Big ticks, 3,000. Not short yet. So T2 on the NASDAQ. Where's T2 on the E-mini? Let's see. There's T1. T2 is way up here. So NASDAQ at T+2. E-mini not there. So notice the E-mini is a fair distance away from its T+2. Here, you see that? And you're like, wait a second, the NASDAQ's on its T2, but the E-mini is massively absorbing here. It turns into an interesting sort of signal for the E-mini, where the NASDAQ has hit its T2, and then the E-mini absolutely sputters and peters out. And we're like, well, what's that level, right? So we're also, and you guys can't see the chart, but we're also in the Asian session, we'll call it, of our TPO. We're also in its volume point of control and TPOC zone. Right here, that zone is 86.50. So you see how we're right there? Stops hit just above these highs. Now look at all the volume come in on the sell side. You see how much volume is getting absorbed up here? All right, so that we're now into TPOC and VPOC. I've not taken a trade here yet, but I'm about to. I will be patient. I don't just step in front of a breakout. It's a surefire way to get absolutely pummeled. Anyway, let me go back to the chat. I want to make sure I'm getting all of you guys' questions here. No, there's no cursing. At least I don't think. Maybe ish word once here and there, but we'll just try to keep it professional. The greatest common denominator is non-cursing language. Therefore, that's how I'll talk. Right? Now, if amongst traders all of you wanted to hear me curse, I don't know, and you weren't, let's say you were offended if I didn't curse, then I'd curse because I don't really care. This is now an interesting spot. I think we'll get a stop run, but they're buying into it here. So someone, I think we're going to get a reversal for you scalpers, but I also think they're going to pop it. It's too tapered. I do think they're going to pop it up here. We'll see. Anyway, I was talking about something. Oh, so Paul was talking about reversals and, you know, where the market breaks, key areas. So like here in the NASDAQ, make sure I'm on the same chart. Okay, like in the NASDAQ here, large orders, right? We get a reversal. All right, and then we get consolidation. A large order at the bottom of consolidation. Well, that gets slammed, and then we move down, right? We get a slew of large orders, whatever, right? You see the large orders often become either breakdown or reversal points. That's pretty important, guys, right? Same on the E-mini, right? See that? Price moves down, comes right back into it. Why? People got trapped in this area. That's part of this setup that I go over in this last video. There they go. But so I'm not going to get into the whole setup. But this was an excellent short here and a long reversal right here into 58, which is where I took a long. And there's good reasons for that. Anyway, let's get rid of this. Oh, more water. It's a fast day today. That's part of why I have more energy, is because fasting helps a lot with mental clarity and energy. And I ate really good yesterday, really healthy. Okay. Not a professional trader says, in full disclosure, I'm not sure I'm knowledgeable enough yet to fully appreciate all that you're teaching, but I recognize the value you are providing. So I'm willing to join now and learn things as I go. So here's one of the things about that, is that I know that I'm going to have people who are very experienced and people who are not very experienced, right? There was a new member that asked, what is T+1? That doesn't offend me. What is T+2? Why does it work? Fine. You're going to ask, what is M period, right? That's fine. We'll go over it. It's not a big deal. I'll do some basic videos on market profile eventually. For some of you guys that haven't read Jim Dalton's book. And I'll give you the skinny on the lowdown on why it works. It'll be my version. Why it works. And maybe even some of the experienced traders will say, oh, I haven't thought about market profile from that perspective before. That actually opens up some things. Or they'll say, hey, you missed some Jim Dalton-esque things. And that'll open up new discussion about market profile and why there are little areas where we diverge. Right? I'm not just an acolyte, right? I think for myself. Right? I do what works well for me. And you guys all should do that with your trading. Right? If you have someone that knows something, that knows more than you about something, don't just try and emulate everything they do. Because, look, if you want to play basketball like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or you want to have Kareem's stats, right? Are you 7'2" and do you have deft touch? Can you even perform a sky hook in the post if your life depended on it? No. Right? Some of you are 5'6", 5'10", 5'1", Muggsy Bogues. So you gotta work with your own personality and what works for your trading system. Right? What you're gonna get from me is stuff that works for me. And I know some of you are already making it work for you because I have those emails from you guys saying, I just made 15 points on the E-mini because of what you taught me, right? I had a $27,000 P&L day on the NASDAQ because some of what you say is sinking in. And I'm playing in these spots that I've never played before, and it's working, right? Some of you are saying, hey, I just made an 8-point scalp off of settlement, right? I just made 4 points on the E-mini off of settlement. That's $200 on one E-mini contract. One, right? So I know that stuff. I know what I say works, but you guys have to use it in a way that makes sense for your trading. So anyway, off the soapbox a little bit here. 525 stream T2 explanation. Oh, cool. Appraiser guy, you're awesome. Some of you level 1 people are going to appreciate Appraiser guy's comment. Why? Because a lot of you guys don't have access to that anymore, by the way. And it's stuff like that where, okay, people can't afford $50. That's why you make it $10, and you got to include some content like you do today. So, or I've got to include some content um, that is valuable for these people, and there's a ton out there. You guys that have been on stream with me for a while, you guys know how much stuff I've shared in my past live streams, right? Someone texted me the other day and was like, oh, it might have been today. And he was like, dude, you share so much valuable stuff. People don't even know. They don't even know that the stuff you're sharing is what other people pay for. I'm like, no, I know. I just know that it's not a very popular channel yet. And it may never be. So people don't know what they don't know. So that's fine. But the past, my point is that the past live streams have a ton of stuff, including some of the religious rants. Now that was only what Anton is referring to is I think one or two live streams. And those live streams include my Sierra chart rants too, because I do plenty of those. So anyway, the level 2 stuff will not be like I'm doing now. We're gonna keep it on point and very focused. Very focused. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate that, my friend. Anyway, if you guys are on the channel today and appreciating it, if you guys could hit that like button, I would appreciate it. It would be cool. I know people hop in and they kind of forget about all of that stuff. But I'm here trying to talk about markets, and it's the one way you can say thank you. Man, I hate asking this stuff, but it is what it is. Part of the YouTube gig. All right. Let's get out of this drawing mode here. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Who was long off of 50? And if you are long off of 50, are you still holding? And what is your target? Hey, D. There should be a join button on my main channel dashboard. I think. Let's see. What if, let's see, super chat, super sticker, close, nope. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. It should just be up there. Went flat at 65, Jack? That's right. Nice trade, my friend. Plus 15. That's that's more than I made on any flat to flat um, entry and exit today. So you, sir, I salute you. Well done. Anyway, so for you level 2 people, I'm going to be doing, it's going to take as many videos as it takes, but I'm going to do a BBWC video explaining the nuts and bolts of it. It'll probably be a multi-part video because I don't want it to be hours. So I'm going to explain the main portion of it with context, where it works best, why it works. So, and that's going to be helpful to you guys in understanding how to use variants of it, because it's powerful. It is super powerful. Right now, we're in a situation on the E-mini where we have a variant of BBWC. It's right here, right now, to the short side. The market is holding up here. Not saying go short, but there's a setup here. So I will eventually explain that setup. And when we're down at 76, potentially in 15 to 30 minutes, potentially, it might make more sense. So, so I'm going to do that. That's one video that's coming. I'm going to explain the EW theory, Elliott wave theory trade that I took for 12.5 points, 4 lots, with my baby girl in my arms yesterday. That was literally, I scanned the charts for 30 seconds. I saw the setup, clear as day. I took it with the defined risk and got paid, I don't know, maybe 12 or 15 minutes later. I came back into the office, saw my entry and exit lines, and said, sweet, you know, I made more on that one trade than I'll ever get paid even off the YouTube channel, right? Does that put it in perspective for you guys, by the way? I hope it does, right? So, you know, if you're joining, don't be an ass. Just don't. Let's all have fun and learn and be passionate about markets. So anyway, that one's coming. And then also, why settlement, VWAP, and halfback matter after big reactions in the market after market news. And I'm going to explain the whole context of those trades that I called for you guys ahead of time, which I don't normally do, but again, right, I called the levels where the market was going to be reactive yesterday while I was basically in the shit with family, and I I did it because I was at home and I could see the levels, but I wasn't in my office. I could see the levels from outside of my office, and I could see the levels on my phone, which is why I called the halfback, the VWAP reactions, and the settlement reactions for you guys ahead of time, for you level 2 people, right? I posted that in the community tab ahead of the market moving off of those levels, that they're going to be highly, highly reactive. And so the reasons for that trade that make, so the context that goes into making those successful trades is what makes those trades successful in the first place. And that's what's important. So anyway, I'm going to make a video for you guys outlining why that trade works after something like CPI and why it works better with the preceding market structure. and why it was a great. These were levels I felt comfortable telling you guys. Look, halfback, gap, T+1, and VWAP should all be highly reactive. And this is when the market was zipping up towards those reactions. The market had a pullback off of VWAP, and I told you which VWAP to use, by the way. Again, we'll iron all of that out. Maybe if I share some chart books with you guys, so that you guys can all see the same things. But we'll iron that all out. We'll just see how much we end up sharing with all this stuff, because those aren't part of the listed perks. But like I said, I like to go above and beyond. It's in my nature. I get passionate about markets, and I like seeing other people succeed. If you were in Discord, you knew with me. You knew that's how I was. I get pumped to see other people find success. So anyway, we got VWAP was 92.5 pullback all the way to 68. So it's 20 plus points, right? I was actually going to, and I thought, well, this is too much like signaling. I was going to suggest between 10 and 30 points of profit, put it on those trades with R's that are, or with stops of between 5 and 8 points. That's because of volatility, right? You got to factor in ATRs. Again, this will be stuff that I teach all you guys, especially you guys who really need it. You're newer at trading. You're like, what? ATRs? What are you talking about? ATRs. Average true range with a specified candle look back. That will help you with stop placement, not getting stopped out all the time with noise, because that is a problem for a lot of traders, new traders. There's people who know strategies well, and I've come across this. All right. I've come across this. I've come across this in the market where I talk to traders who let's see. I've talked to traders who know a strategy well, but then the strategy doesn't work under a different market condition, like volatility, and they're like, "Man, I was eventually right on this strategy. It just moved way too much volatility." I'm like, "Well, why are you not adjusting to that on the fly?" Right? Should you have a tool that allows you to adjust for volatility very quickly? The answer is absolutely yes, guys. You should absolutely have a tool that allows you to quickly change your stop distance, and you should do some quick calculating as to, sorry, the market's moving and I'm in trades. You should do some quick calculating as to how you should affect your or change your size, right? Obviously, I can't do that for you. I don't have any tools for that. Maybe somebody has some built-in thing. Anyway, let's see. 3806 stop grabs, says Asad Ali. Yeah, Asad, I could see that. I could see that easily. That's right, Kylogs Crave. I really do hope you get your things turn around. That's rough. What can you do? So, Paul, the idea here is that I'm going to do live streams on YouTube from time to time. But if I start incorporating, um, all right, so just show you here. Come on. Oh, I just took off this trade at 1R, some of it. It's here, right here. See that? Only 2 contracts. This is shit show time for me. So I'm not going to trade big. I'm not going to trade any more than 4 contracts right now. But I took off right here at 1R. So I have another one down here. And it'll take off at more than 1R, 2R. So anyway, just letting you guys know I am taking trades. And that's why I stop and get really distracted. And no, notice there's people saying, "Oh, 38 something target." I do my own thing, guys. I am not easily swayed by all of you. Always been that way. I do my own thing and I find success at it. So people say all kinds of things. You know what you'll find in a room like in a YouTube stream like this? You'll find somebody who calls it right all the time. Be careful about that because that bias to find the person that's calling it right and then give them weight is it's a logical all right, I'm out. It's a logical expectation. I wish I had 3 contracts, to be honest, so I could scale the third one out 12 points. Because that was an 8-point winner, is what it was. So 8 and 4, whatever. 12 points. Making more than the whole YouTube is going to pay me so far, by the way. Just letting you know. On this little trade. So if you guys think I'm doing it for the money, don't. Please, please don't get that attitude like, you're my bitch now, Mike. I will tell you, go somewhere else. You're like, why did you take the trade? Oh, there are a ton of reasons why I took this trade. A ton. And they're all very order flow related. A lot of intricacy here. And there's still opportunity in this market. But do you see here how... Okay. It's a 4-point stop loss with an 8-point take profit. I took off half the trade at 1R. So it's a 1.5R trade. Right? If the idea goes against me, I can get out for a small winner. I don't care. It's fine. This is how you structure these trades. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, what was I talking about? There was something more interesting to talk about than what I'm talking about now. Hey, Chirp Tone. Automated trade management, Nirvana. Yeah, technical trader. I don't know. I'm already into another trade right now, and it has different risk parameters, by the way. I'll show you guys that. Not right now, but I'll show you level 2 people that eventually. You guys will learn it. Out 1, Out 2. I'm long 4. Two of the 4 came off at 1R off of where I just bought. The others will either stop out for less than 1R overall on the trade, or they will get 2R. That's how it is. Anyway, what was I talking about? There was something more interesting. I really am missing it. Let's see. Yeah, so back to Paul and the whole chat thing. It'll be too much if I do some sort of Discord thing. Again, the value of this channel is going to be in me doing videos for you guys that are concise and explain my whole methodology. Those are the major perks that you're getting. And you're getting access to talk about markets with me. Those are the major perks. And you get everything the level 1 people do, which is the old archive of general YouTube stuff where I do talk about and show you little setups and things like that. You know, and like I said, maybe I'll eventually expand it to something more, like a place where I can post, hey, these are levels I'm looking at right now in real time, guys, on a YouTube, like a private Twitter or something. But I got to gauge the interest for that. That's a lot more work for me. And it's a lot more of a commitment, and I'm just not sure that that's worth it for me at this point. I enjoy educating. I enjoy this format, and you guys get to learn. Okay, so... And I would not confuse tools with learning from somebody who has knowledge that can actually help you. Right? There's a big difference. And I understand this well. There's a big difference between, you know, learning how to play basketball from an NBA professional and them giving you really good advice that you can use in a professional arena versus you learning a bunch of information from a high school dropout player that doesn't really play well, who gives you a ton of advice, but the advice is like, man, how do I use that? Like, you fire hosed me with all this useless stuff, and I don't know how to use it, right? My value is that I'm going to teach you guys how to use stuff, right? And that's where a lot of you guys should already be on your way. If you've watched my old YouTube streams, you should be on your way. And I've gotten feedback. A lot of you are on your way, and that's nothing makes me happier. Right? If 10,000 people were doing what I'm doing, then I would have to do something else. That's the truth. I would play differently than where I play. Anyway. Chirp says, that's the way to go. Do your own thing. I lost a few today, swayed by an opinion. Chirp, I've been there in my trading where, and it especially happens, this happened in the first few years for me, where I'd have a bad morning, and on that bad morning, I'd go hunt on Twitter for people that gave me a strong opinion about the market because I was hurting, or because I was in a position and I had fear of losing, FOL, and I was worried about letting that winner run or hit my full target because all of a sudden they're saying the opposite of what I'm doing. So I'm getting out of my position, right? And then, of course, when I'm in a losing position, I don't want to look at what anybody has to say. I'm like, I gotta let this. I gotta tune everybody out. Right? Maybe you have the opposite problem as that. You want to tune everybody in on a loser, right? I don't know. Go find the rationale for why your trade will eventually work. This is why we play against trap traders, guys. That's why I do it. You trap traders are the most powerful sellers and buyers. Why? Because your capitulation drives price to locations that give me the best risk reward. And I've done this for long enough to know where those locations are. Dirk says, Mike's Holy Grail indicator. Yeah, I know. He's joking. Super Walnut says, I'm not sure I'd watch your levels in a private Twitter. What I find useful is going through the day on my own using what you've taught. Amen, brother. And then maybe at the end of the day seeing how you interpreted it. Yes, but not everybody can do that. And there's a lot of appeal for that type of thing. Here's levels in real time, guys. You can here, have at it. Go play. Right? You don't need to understand anything except there's likely to be a reversal where you can put on risk. That's it. Some people think that's it, right? So in that case, I'm not teaching you how to fish, am I? Right? No way. I'll bet you some of you can look. Magic Mike! What's up, dude? Postman, nice to see you here, my friend. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm still recovering because I didn't sleep for 40 hours until last night at 10:30. Well, when I finally conked out and I slept like a rock. But at first I finished up my HUD and worked on a little video for the level 2 people, even though I was 40 hours without sleep because I felt bad. So yeah, that's why I hammered out some emails last night to all of you guys that emailed me saying, hey, can I get the HUD from you? So, but I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm not recovered yet, for sure. I can talk like Andre the Giant easily because my voice is so. I'm just tired. My voice gets deeper when I'm tired. But I'm functioning a little bit off of adrenaline today because I'm excited about this YouTube membership, and I'm excited to connect with all of you guys. Like I was telling my wife this morning, I am excited to share with people everything I know about the markets unfiltered. Because it gets hard to do to unfilter yourself and share with people that some people that are in here have their own subscription services. And they learn from me and they go teach their people and charge them for it. And when you find out about that, which I have found out about that from people who are in those services, and they tell me, this is what's happening, Mike, that is a real kick in the nuts. I know it's bound to happen, right? Just like I know some people will record their screens right now and get around. They'll get around wanting to, right, be fair and pay me $10 for access in the future. I get that. It's gonna happen. But and I think some people will even share the HUD outside the group, although there's reasons not to do it, guys, because we're in a zero-sum game. There's reasons to hold on to edge and not share all of that stuff with everybody. Again, you guys do know that you throw a rock in the pond, it ripples for a long way out. So you start sharing all this stuff with everybody before you know it. You don't think you've affected your edge, and you've hurt yourself. That's why we're going to limit. I'm going to limit the membership. Have to. Even if I have to go off of YouTube somehow. Right now, YouTube's easy for me to do it. It's all set up for me. I will. I will change mediums. I'll do something. Right? Even if I have to switch to Discord or something eventually. It's not happening soon, but if I will, right? I will not allow it to go past a certain point in the level 2. But anyway, I do know that there are going to be some people who just do the wrong thing. So I'm not worried about that, but it's just more of a when I'm getting appreciated, I just feel like, all right, just go gung ho. Let's just turn the fire hose on, adjust the water pressure as best I can for the audience, and let's learn. And I love teaching about the markets. So it is what it is. Let's change. Yeah, I agree, Paul. Sorry, Postman. Yeah, Jack, that's cool. Yeah, it's all good, man. There's no pressure. Some of you guys are, dare I say it, maybe you're a better trader than I am. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you're here for entertainment. Maybe you're here for something else. I don't know. Right? Whatever. It's all good. Be happy. Be happy with carving out your own niche in the market, and just keep learning, keep growing. I don't stay stagnant in the market. Why do you think my charts ever evolve? Same general concepts, right? Same ideas, but they evolve visually. They also evolve practically. They're trying to defend for a lower high here, guys, on the footprint. So let's watch it. My long just paid handsomely. You guys want to know why I took a long? You guys should know. You guys have watched, but there might be some new people. If you guys are here for the first time, please like what you're hearing, or like the video. It really helps if you like it. If you're like, this guy's full of ish, that's okay too. You see this delta here? This is 100% delta. All these shorts, essentially in here, got tore through. Whether they market bought, or these were all stops, everybody's trapped here. So this is an LVN, right? So this is the RTH volume profile right here. This is now an LVN. But the LVN doesn't have two-way action. The LVN has one-way action. Let me turn this off. Let me move this up, get it in the right spot. Okay, so the LVN has one-way action. On, off, okay. You also have this rising, we'll put a blue arrow. We have this rising 10 SMA, which you guys know I use the 10 SMA in my trading. So I got long in here. My stop is underneath this here. My 1R is in here, a little higher. My 2R is where we just hit. See that? I'm willing, off of my entry, I am willing to get longer here because of this delta here. Does that make sense? If it fails, so what? I take my hit. and I take it on the chin and I just move on. Not a big deal, guys. So this is the trade. Little confluence. That trapped below, trapped through here, right? This is volume. And then rising 10 SMA, strong trend. So you guys will probably be able to see on a slightly higher time frame chart or wider chart right now why I took this short where I did. I'll show you. Check it out, guys. Here we go. Top left. I got a lot of screens, guys. A lot of screens up here. Got to rotate all the way over to my OBS. You see this chart up here on the left? All right. So look at the developing or the composite. We'll call this right up here. We'll call this the composite volume profile. This volume profile here is good for, it shows everything that's on the visible chart to this edge. So this volume profile shows everything here. This volume profile is only for this session from here to here. This one for this session, right? See, it starts here from here to here. Now we're in this, sorry. We're in this session here, right? Right now is right here, right? That's this volume profile. So it goes from here to the end of this session. Okay. So keep in mind, this composite up here, we're going to clear all this. This composite up here is for everything. So we can think about it like this. This composite includes rotations that include this, that include all this, that include all this from yesterday, that include the pullback lows from yesterday. Okay? So now, this chart is showing RTH, which is this black, from here to here. It's showing globex. It's showing the hour after the cash close. It's showing the next hour to the start of the Nikkei open. And then it's showing the next session to the European open, where you get big volume and movement, right? Always, right? So Europe, right? From here to the open. These are the ones I care about. There's movement around these. You're like, what? Is there? Yes, there is. Look, Japan. Bink, right? Europe. Oh, sorry. Europe. Bink. Movement. This happens every day. If this is new to you, then you just have not been watching markets and don't have enough experience yet. But this is nothing new to anybody who's been trading the E-mini for any number of years and has a fair amount of exposure to people who really track it. So you're looking at this composite profile. Now let's do something with this chart. Let's turn off the globex session and let's see what we see in terms of support and resistance. Okay, shall we? Let's do it. Okay, first, I'll get rid of this green zone that's left over from weekend homework. We'll get rid of this zone, which is left over from a level 2 members video. Okay? Now, let's now do this. Let's get rid of the globex. Da, 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 da. Notice anything? In terms of rotation? Anybody? Looking at chats. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything from you level 2 guys if you have questions. Okay, yeah, they're just talking about, looks like Giacomo's helping somebody with NinjaTrader stuff. Cool. I used NinjaTrader for a little bit, but I don't know a lot about it. Okay, so notice anything? Anybody? That's interesting. ABC formation. Okay. That is certainly very interesting. Gap fills. Yep. Swing lows. From what? Okay, so let's think about this for a sec. We'll turn this on. This green dotted area is VWAP. It's a specific VWAP, guys. And I mentioned it in my post the other day. Right? It's a specific VWAP for the TD Ameritrade VWAP. So there's this. That VWAP is essentially all up in this zone here. Okay? Clear that. Sorry. Let me just navigating things here. Hold on. Yeah. We put resistance on VWAP and this swing low. Where does it go? It goes right to where we pull back. Now, let's look at the composite chart. Is there any volume that transacted at 98? Okay, so what are we in? We're in a downtrending on higher time frame bearish market where above LVNs longs are trapped. Right? So if we have a higher time frame bias, which is why I started this live, which is why I didn't actually start this live stream. I started the level 2 video with a weekly candlestick chart. And I went and explained that from the perspective of the higher time frame to give me my bias for where I want to play at various points today. You're like, but you missed all the longs. That's right, I did. But on a higher time frame, what are we doing? We're trending down. So where do you want to play for the highest probability of success? Right where we just are. That's where you want to play. Okay, so there's that. So let's go back here. So this is an LVN with RTH, right? It's hard to see, sorry. Right here, right? LVN with RTH. Okay, now let's turn on the globex session. Now let's zoom out. The same exact thing exists for when globex traded up here. Do you guys remember overnight when it traded in this, we'll call it Japan session, which is part of Asia? Do you remember how low the volume was here, right around settlement? It was a snooze fest here, guys. Where did volume pick up? Here. So there's interest to sell this market here. This is going with auction theory. There's not interest to buy this market here. Swing lows. Settlement. LVN exists even in globex, not just in the RTH session. It exists when you include globex. Traders, where price comes back up to here, who are still long from this area. Now, this is an area of high volume around what? This yellow line, which is Europe. Look at the swing highs right here, right? What does this pattern show us? This is a downtrending market, downtrending market. All right, I'm going to change the color right now because I want this to really pop. This is a potential here as it slows down. It's a potential. People are getting long in this area and up in here for a potential reversal pattern like that. So when you break, turn this on, call it green. When you break these highs that occurred in Europe like that, you find liquidity. Did we find liquidity? Who's trapped above this European open? More volume. Look, the volume is nothing here in a globex. More volume. Who's also trapped from the prior day? Look. Swing lows. Was there volume here? Look at the volume bar. Big volume. Was there volume, right? It's part of this upper distribution node for volume profile. Big volume. There they were trapped. So you see that? We're getting a bigger picture. Anyway, this is the kind of stuff I'm going to explain to people about all of these trades. I'm going to explain stuff like this. There's going to be, you guys think it's all just volume profile sometimes, composites, and that you can apply the same thing to the settlement. It's a different story, and the story is logical, and it is good for that setup. And you will learn to think about the market in terms of who transacted in what places prior to the market getting to that spot, and where traders are likely trapped. That gives you the highest probability setup. Because human nature is the most predictable trading human nature is the most predictable trading flaw. That's a good way to say it. That's why I trade against trap traders. Because it gives me very high probability movement in a direction at zones that give me good risk reward and that typically protect my stop. And then you will learn what those look like on a footprint. So let's go look at a footprint at that zone and see what it looks like. I'm about to end this video. I am crashing a little bit, and I want to work on level 2 stuff for subscribers. I'm kind of done trading right now. I've got a little bit of fatigue going on from the 40-hour sleepless day yesterday, and I need to journal, and I also need to put out some content, record some content for you level 2 people. So I'm going to cut out here pretty soon. But what I'm going to do is I'll show you the footprint around this level, right? See that? You see all of this? This market, and this is why people just see structure like this, and then they see this, and they have no idea about the bigger story. They just don't know. They don't know what's going on, and so they think, calls to, 3806 and whatnot, probably short term because it's the heat of the moment. The market's turning and burning to the upside. Everybody thinks, how hard and how high can it go? FOMO. Again, your nature's of it's never going to end, because sometimes it doesn't. Your bias is to think this is never going to end. And your inability to be aware of the higher context story of the market from overnight and prior days movement prevents you from maybe holding this trade if you have a bias towards, right? When you get this sharp pullback, you're like, I don't know what's going on here, but the market's weak. Well, I'm short from here because of the bigger story of the market, right? But all I notice is that people are most bullish. They're most bullish right here into the bigger story, which is from the other chart. It's this red area. So yeah, it's really important to understand the bigger picture. I guess the structure of the market, not just not just your short-term little footprint that gives you absorption, right? Not just your DOM and time and sales filtered with 3 separate time and sales that somehow gives you, not somehow, it does, it gives you a short-term signal. It's good to see the big picture, guys. To step out and look at the higher time frames. And this is, somebody told me, and I wish I remembered exactly who it was, but someone told me that they had a really good trading day with an 80% win rate. It was on, I think, Twitter. Maybe it was in the YouTube comments. Sorry, I get a lot of emails and chats and Twitters and tweets and stuff like that, guys. And then Discord even messages still from people I knew. I get a lot of them. But they said they had an 80% win rate day because they were looking at the bigger picture stuff, and it just allowed them to trade in a much more relaxed fashion. And they just did better because of it. And he was just saying, because I mentioned it in one of my live streams, like, hey, here's my setup. Someone asked me, how the heck do you look at so many different things at once? And I'm like, my answer was, I don't. Right? I glance at the bigger picture things just to keep me kind of aware of what could happen on a little bit higher time frame, so don't get too zoomed in. So I'm not looking at my weekly charts all day. Right? I might glance at them 3 or 4 times throughout a whole day. My weekly TPO, I might look at it once pre-market and look at my big levels and formulate an idea that, okay, remember, when price starts moving through a big weekly zone like this, it'll move further than I think, and it'll probably hit stops into this area, which is about where I need to start looking for reversals. Now, am I going to look at that weekly chart hoping for a reversal? When I'm looking at the weekly chart, trying to figure out if I want to go long? No, I'm going to look at my 5-minute chart. I'm going to look at my volume bar chart. I'm going to go look at my footprint chart. I'll be staring at my DOM, recognizing that on my 5-minute chart that I just looked at 30 seconds prior, that there's a good reversal structure. Now I'm, okay, staring at my DOM, looking at RBV and RAV with, again, appropriate settings for my trading style. There's some settings in Sierra chart that allow the aggregation of RBV and RAV to be defined according to the time horizon that you trade. You're like, what? Yeah, it's cool, but people don't use it very often. I adjust those settings based on how I want to trade that day, and it will give me an idea of the aggregation on recent bid and ask volume over a given time period. So those settings are really important. I'll go over that with you guys in the level 2, right? Because those things, they'll provide you real edge if you're using a DOM. 1000%. Like right now, 97s, huge. 96s, you could scalp that easy, right? On first touch. Why? Because of my RBV, RAV. Anyway. Uncle Mike. We've come back up to settlement. I know, Giacomo. ABC formation. LV on the daily and composite. Gap fills. Approaching flush. Great storytelling. More like it, please. Andre, of course. This is what I love to do, my friend. In the future. Of course. Of course. But, also, so all of this is available to all you guys in the future. As soon as I get off, this is, the public isn't going to see this. Level 1 and level 2. So if you want everything I talked about today, level 1, $10 a month. It's affordable. Again, if more people will sign up at $5 a month, if you can't afford $10 a month, then maybe I'll consider just getting rid of the $10 and making it $5 for this stuff. But come on, I think it's a pretty fair deal. $10 a month for an archive of really good information, right? Everything I just explained today, you can use in a lot of different scenarios. Not all scenarios, but a lot of different scenarios under various market conditions. So anyway, either you tune into the live stream, catch it all, and remember it all, or you spend $10 a month and you go reference it anytime you want. So Jose, nice to see you, my friend. Nice to see you. So Jose, you asked what is T+1, and there's some videos out there. T+1 is settlement, but I will make a settlement video for you guys. It's not. It's about fifth on the list of videos because most people know what settlement is. But I will definitely make a whole video on settlement. T+1, T+2. First, it's going to have to be a 3 or 4 part series. One is going to be what is it? Definitions. Why is it important? Number 2, I've already made videos on how to put it on your chart. I'll have to link you guys that video in that video or in the description. Put it up. Then this is how you play it. And you guys know me. There's settlement setups at the close that you can play. But I haven't gone into much detail about those settlement plays. I've been painting very broad strokes on my settlement plays. Some of you have caught how to play those, kind of. But when I was taking those trades, I was at a point with YouTube where I'm like, man, I am not enjoying this very much. Because there are just some people that ruin it for some of you guys, some of the others. So anyway, that was at a point where I was losing a lot of motivation to want to get into the nitty gritty. So I will give you the nitty. You level 2 guys will get the nitty gritty on all that stuff. Again, that's why I can do 3 of these videos a month. They're going to be good. They're going to be detailed. They're going to give you setups. 100%. They're going to give you the why. They're going to give you how. And they're going to give you, here's examples of where you place your stop. All right. Do you guys know and this is where I was talking about my buddy Timmy, and I was showing him my trades over the course of a day. Do you guys know when I get into trades around high conviction areas that I get in like this? Entry, 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 and I get in like this. Look. Stop. That's a connecting line. Stop. That's a connecting line. Stop. That's a connecting line. Something like that. Do you guys know that? I will stop. Like, market moves up. I'm short. I'm short again. My stop's here. I'm short again. I stop out. I'm short again. I stop out. Right? You see that? I'm stopped out 2 of 3. If it does this, the market goes up through this zone, doesn't take out my final stop and then curls like that, you guys realize I shorted again. Market falls, I'm shorting it again. Same stop up here. So this one, when I short, this stop doesn't change. This R on this trade, the stop tightens up. It's no longer a stop. Well, let's imagine that the distance here is higher. You guys can't see it, it'll go off the screen. But let's imagine the distance is the same from here to here. It doesn't do that when I re-enter. It tightens up. So my R's improve on when the trade confirms. And I add again, and the stop goes here. No greater than the distance from here to here. No greater than that. And I'll take the loss, and then I'll start taking winners on the way down. At usually greater than 1R because of this entry. And I've shown Timmy, he saw it on my screen. If you have candles, just saying. And I'll end up showing you guys entries and exits where that happens, where I make money. Sometimes I lose money. Don't get it. Don't flip. Don't get it wrong, right? Sometimes I lose money, but I'm willing to lose money on trades. I am willing. Just want to let you guys know that. Here's the market moving up, right? Here's the market moving down, right? Moving down. Okay. My screen will look like this. Okay? It'll look like this exit, this entry. Whoop. There's my my line where I'm losing money, right? And then more entries. Okay? And then more exits. So it's FIFO on the screen. So, you know, maybe I get in another one here, a short here. But my screen looks like this, right? Exits. Dink, where I exit. Dink, where I exit, right? Notice that I exit into new lows right at the low, right at the swing low just passed. It lines up like that for a reason, right? Why is it above here? It's like that for a reason. Because the market moves like this. Anyway, and it'll be like that. So you'll see stuff like this where you'll see like a red line or a few red lines or something. It depends on how tightly I'm scaling, right? Like that or something. But then you'll see all these blue lines. And I'm like, I'm net. Oftentimes I'm net plus whatever, 12 or something. It's not just, market moves up, boom, Mike takes his short, goes a little higher, and then boom. And it's, enter here, stop here, TP1, TP2. That's not real trading for me anyways. People like to, they like to teach using this method like it's all clean. It's not clean. It's a hodgepodge of dirtiness. If I turn this screen on right now, you're going to see lines where I'm red and blue, but the blues, there's more of them. There's more of them. And in a lot of cases, my reward is a little better. Sometimes I get it wrong. Sometimes I put a 3-point stop on with the 4-point profit taker, and it goes and takes my stop, and then it goes 7 points in my favor. And sometimes I put a 2-point stop on with a 4-point profit taker, and it goes, fills my order, it goes 3.5 points. And it goes all the way to back to break even. And then I say, something in this chart negated my view. I'm going to change my mind right now at break even and get out for not a loser. That's it. That happens. The key is, can you remain objective? Can you remain can you prevent yourself from getting emotional after some losses? Can you keep chugging on your methodology and just keep chugging it out? And recognize that you're not pushing in the market. You're not trying to overtrade. You're not being emotional. Right? So if you guys want, I'll do more videos even on the psychology of how I work it out. Again, goes on the list of things to add to level 2. If you guys are interested in that sort of thing, I'll do it. Anyway. Yeah, Super Walnuts. Charles Schwab is decent. But there's even some other stuff out there. Man, I'll have to put something together. I'll do a video where you guys, because I've done links on Twitter, and I don't know where those links are anymore. They're probably 4 or 5 months old. But I linked people with a few sources. One of which was an SEC, a proposed SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. So see here now, I'm trying to educate a little bit for some people who are like, what's the SEC? If you don't know what the SEC is, that's okay. No, nothing wrong with that. SEC is the Securities and Exchange Commission, and they kind of govern a lot of stocks, basically equities, tradable equities. And they make the rules and they enforce the rules. So anyway, the SEC put out a paper that where they talked about lowering T+2 to T+1 in March of, I think, 2024. And I made a little Twitter post and said, you guys think this is going to be relevant when it happens? Probably going to be pretty relevant for you futures traders on settlements. Because if the underlying shares are settling T+1, that is a very different thing for market movement around T1 and T2. Huge. So the game theory changes on settlement T+2. It cleans it up for me. I like it more. It simplifies things. I think China's moving to T+1. Or they have. Or they were thinking about it. I saw some article, but I don't know. That doesn't matter to me, but it's cool stuff, guys. China, I think, so Appraiser Guy says, I think they recently proposed T+0. No. China, I think China did. I think that the SEC proposed T+1. But in that proposal, which is fairly long, guys, a lot of minutia, in that proposal, they talk about the risk that are involved with T+2. So if you want to understand T+2, then you need to read that. And I believe the postman here, I believe the postman read it. And the postman's killing the game, guys. And what does that tell you about somebody who's willing to put in the work? Why? He can now he's taking trades with commitment around settlement. See how understanding the underlying structure of T+1 and T+2? It's not just a level. He's willing to take more risk around those levels because he understands it. And he's killing the game. So it speaks to, number one, it speaks to the fact that I'm actually sharing stuff with you guys that is relevant. But it also just speaks to the perseverance of individuals who really want to succeed in this business, right? You do have to put in work, right? This business, no one's going to hand it to you on a silver platter and say, here you go. Okay. So, yeah, chirp tone. About 1:30, you get tired and make consistent mistakes. There's a Mark Douglas 4-part series. It's maybe 6 hours in total of YouTube, and I have it saved on my YouTube in risk management, uh, under the risk management playlist. Let me see. I'll find it for you guys here. Hold on. Look at me. Look at me. I'm working for you here. Comments, subtitles, playlists. We'll find it. Gosh, I got a lot of playlists. Risk management. There you go. 14 videos. So, by the way, you guys should utilize this, the channel playlists, because streams where I talk about risk management, I remember to go into the stream. I usually do it right at the time I'm doing it, or right after. I remember to go into the stream settings, like right now on this live stream. I go in and I change the playlist, or I add risk management to this, so you guys will know, hey, if it's in risk management, he talks about risk management in past live streams. So some of the past live streams where I talk about risk management extensively, they're in the risk management playlist. But is the title something like live professional trading from the BBC or whatever? Of course they are. Yeah. So whatever. Just letting you guys know. Navigating the channel could be overwhelming if there's a lot of information. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. It's right in here. I hope that this kind of comes through. Let's see. Here you go. It's at the end of that playlist. It's the Mark Douglas series on essentially trading psychology, but he talks about risk in there big time. So look, guys. Look on this screen, right? Are we getting the same thing here? Value players stepping up and passively absorbing the crap out of this market into this zone. Yes, they are. Now, this zone is more specific than settlement because we told a story around it. So, you're like, well, is that better than settlement? Sometimes. You know, if I were to dummy everything down, you know what I would do? And this is what a lot of other educators do because they're lazy. They'll just say, settlement was powerful. It sold off before settlement. And they'll leave it at that. See? Settlement. I talk about settlement all the time. Instead, what did I do? I told a story and then put a specific zone on that story based on the story. And where does the price go? And reverse into the story. Not really into the story. It reverses into the trap traders. You're like, well, then why don't you take a trade? Because I am tired, guys, and I'm about to get off the stream. And I'm losing my ish right now. I am losing it because I'm so freaking tired. You don't even know. You guys don't even, maybe you do. I am surviving right now off of no food because I get more energy when I fast. And I'm surviving off of a little bit of adrenaline here. Okay? But that's what a lot of educators will do. They'll say, hey, my general T+2, haha, resistance. And they'll dummy it down. They won't give you the whole story. And that whole story is stinking important. It is stinking important. It's this story that we talked about all through here and the overnight. Look, that's where you get your zone from. Remember the auction theory here, the sell-off, all of it. It's why we're getting two-way price action, guys. Anyway. Is trading hard? That's a question that people are always asking themselves if you trade and your results are sporadic. The answer is trading can be fairly complex if you want to take positions continuously to do it right. But the answer to that question, if you understand the market and you understand how to play against trap traders, the answer is trading is not stupidly hard. There are principles that you employ to protect your capital. Once you understand those principles like the back of your hand, and I'm going to teach you guys that. You level 2 guys, I will teach you guys the principles. Once you understand these principles, and I'm going to give you one example to convince all of you guys that I'm not BSing you. Like, the market is trading a specific structure leading into news. As the market falls into a higher time frame support zone, and the news has already been sold, do not go short on an intraday swing trade. That is a principle. Instead, look to play counter trend off of prior trap traders in the direction of the greater trend. That's a fairly simple truism. That keeps you safe. It keeps you out of the market sometimes, but it keeps you safe. So if you could understand these things and you could understand the structure of the market, then and understand how to take defined risk against levels that turn into consolidation or pullback zones, and you can do it consistently, and you can admit when you're wrong, a lot of ends. Trading is not that hard. But is learning all those principles hard for a lot of traders? Nod your head. You guys all know it is hard. It's freaking ridiculously hard because you have way too many signals out there. You have way too many signals out there giving you my formula. My formula is super simple. This can make you, if you took this trade in hindsight, this could make you $1,500 a day on a $10,000 E-mini account. Trading only 3 contracts. All you got to do is count bars. All you got to do is buy breakouts. And my fancy dandy, fancy pants indicator will do it for you. What they'll never tell you is that that indicator breaks all the time under different market conditions. All these indicators are not optimized for different types of market volatility. They're not. And I guarantee you, if they had an indicator that worked well under all these different market conditions, they'd never sell you the indicator, and they'd size up, and they'd make way more effing money than your subscriptions, because this is a leveraged game, right? They'd automate SPY to sell puts and buy calls or yada, yada, yada. They'd execute simultaneously from their futures contracts indicator across not only MES, but ES and SPX and ES options and SPY and SPY options. There's enough liquidity out there for them. That's what they would focus on, because they can code. Obviously they can code. They've got an indicator. Wouldn't be too hard for them to do it, but they don't. They're selling you something. So anyway, point is, these things are tools. You guys still have to understand the context of the market, right? And that's honestly, that's my strong suit, is that I can give you guys a lot of explanations that you can then, if you if you understand that, I'm going to work on obviously giving you really, really clear, concise explanations that you can use for the rest of your trading career. And then unsubscribe, don't become a member, and we'll stay buddies into the sunset. And when we're cruising in the Caribbean, we'll have conversations about my boat is bigger than your boat, and that's about it, right? Whatever. I sound like such a salesman. Travis, I hope you watch the story again tonight. This stream is going to go into level 1 subscriber status. So, unless you're subscribed to the $10 a month thing, you will not see it. Just FYI. I don't know if you are or not. If you are, thank you. If you're not, well, I'm just letting you know. So Travis is like, I'm one of those guys that's recording all this. Now I know why all these people do what they do, right? Someone told me the Al Brooks thing has got like this big watermark on it, or Ticino Trader's site on his videos has like this interesting watermark background. It's so people don't redistribute all this stuff. I'm probably going to learn the hard way that people are nasty about all this stuff, but until such time, I'm just going to passionately share my stuff. Anyway, have a great afternoon. Hope you guys learned something today. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. I'll be doing these live stream videos several times per week. They go into archives, and there's a lot of good content that I've already done. If you think you heard a lot today, it's nothing compared to everything that I've shared with a lot of you guys over essentially what is amassed to almost 100 hours probably of live streams where I talk about stuff in more depth and detail than I've done even today. And it's all up there. It's all archived for $10 a month. So if you want to learn, you want to grow as a trader, I do recommend it. If not, all you can do is catch my live streams. Just hit like and share it with your buddies so that I can grow the channel a little bit and I can stay passionate about educating people. So I do appreciate it. Hey, Appraiser Guy, thanks very much, buddy. Right, welcome. So I'm going to be getting off here. I will shoot any of you new members the HUD, which is my heads-up display, which is this here. Let me take a quick gander. There it is. This is my HUD. All right, you see that? It's giving us signals. I don't really talk about this anymore. You know why? Because I've got it on the screen. You guys can't see it. But you, level 2 people, you guys are going to have this. You guys all have this HUD, and I will make a dedicated video on the HUD. How to use it, when to use it, and why a freaking thing works. As usual, I'll give you the nuts and bolts behind why the HUD works. I'll tell you why I built it the way I did. I'll tell you the data that I use to build the HUD so that you can feel comfortable using the relative settlement volume bars, which are these guys here. Just can't shut up, can I? Right? It's these here. I'll tell you why I don't have it on this side and why I do have it here. And there's a lot of detail that goes why I don't have it here, the bar, the meter, why I do have it on the NASDAQ. There's a lot of subtlety that goes in. Why I use the Dixie, the DXY index in my trading, right? Why I've got the NASDAQ on a line chart with the E-mini, right? Why I have settlement on the E-mini and not the NASDAQ. See? There's no settlement for that. That settlement, that's for the E-mini only, right? And I'll explain to you guys how to use all this stuff in levels and what to watch for, and even some of the market internals. That has to be covered too, right? And then I'll tell you how to use this tick in conjunction with market movements and what it should be doing, how to maybe incorporate it quickly into your trading, where to put it on your screen so that it's easy for you to use it and actually have it improve your trading. Like with anything though, you get into an F1 car, guys, you don't just become fucking Lewis Hamilton the first time. Maybe you're never Lewis Hamilton, but I guarantee you your F1 car is going to outperform your little jalopy VW bug racer. It's going to outperform it. Now, my point is you need to practice these things. It's not just going to be, oh, I got an explanation from Mike and now I'm a professional. No, right? Chess, basketball, driving an F1 car, all these things take time and feel. But if you know how to do it, you won't spin out on the first corner and wreck the car and kill yourself. Okay? So these things do matter. But anyway, I'll get you guys a video. Again, it's on the list. So this month, I'll do more. Next month, I'll do at least 3. With every other perk that I've kind of promised about chats. We'll do some live streams. We'll talk about the markets every week as a closed group, a small group. I'll answer questions, and we'll do the whole YouTube thing. And that's all I can promise. I can't promise any Discord. I can't promise any Twitters. I can't. It's too much. I have a family. I have trading. This is what I've decided I can do, and I think it'll bring you guys great value. So this is, if it works for you, great. If not, if you want more, you want ultra signals, and you want chats, and you want places to share drawings and charts and chat in real time, that's not what it is. This is going to be more focused, and I'm going to be sharing what I know. And you guys are going to get to ask questions, share your own perspectives, obviously. But I'm going to be sort of directing it. And I'm pretty good at giving people the floor if they have something really interesting to say. Even when I ran the Discord, I was fairly diplomatic about things, right? In other words, this is not just my world and you're all living in it. I'm not just going to dominate in that kind of way. But yeah, it's going to be more directed so that for some of you guys who don't want to spend hours and hours and hours with trading buddies, you're going to be able to come in and go, oh, there's a video for that. Cool. I got 20 minutes. All right. Mike's going to give it to me straight. It's going to have the full explanation. You can disagree or agree, right? You can ask questions on the video, whatever. And I'm willing to dialogue with you guys. So that's the value of this channel. It's not a signal service. It's not a chart book sharing service, right? Yeah, I know a few things about Sierra Chart, but if you guys try and bog me down with Sierra Chart stuff the whole time, guess what? All the other stuff that's way more valuable, which is my trading expertise, you're not going to get to hear all that stuff, right? So anyway, when I sent the HUD out, I said, look, I'm not going to give you guys any technical on it. Just re-download it if you break it. It's not that I won't answer a question on a live stream about it. I will. But I'm also not going to get bogged down in, Mike, my data feed is not connected. Mike, the HUD isn't working. Now, if it's contract roll, and some of you guys are having a problem with it, am I going to troubleshoot it with you a little bit? Yeah, because I already know about it, right? I know around contract roll you're going to have, maybe one of you guys is going to change the automatic roll settings or your main settings for your Sierra chart, if you're using Sierra chart, is going to be set to automatically roll contracts, and then everything's going to roll, and your value is going to be different from mine because maybe I don't do it the same way. And that's based on your Sierra chart main settings. Will I help you real quick on that? Sure. But, there's people that send me emails that aren't subscribed or anything, and they're like walls of text with like 6 or 7 screenshots of their Sierra chart, and they're like, I did this, and this. This is what I want to do. I can't do it. And this is broken, and I'm like, I don't even know what data fit. Look, this is not what I'm doing. I tell them all, just please go to Sierra chart. They know more about your account. Now, there's a guy, Scalper ES or whatever. I knew what his problem, or had a good idea about his problem, and he set his chart settings, his session settings wrong. And I actually started typing out the tweet response, and I said, if I open up this can of worms, even though I was on my phone watching Flash with my kid at night, if I open up this can of worms, he's going to come back again and again and again and again and again. So I just keep my responses short and succinct, and because I can't open up that can of worms, guys. I just want to let you know I can't do it. I don't have the time. But I knew what his problem was. A session time problem, right? Whatever. 3:59:30 to 3:59:59. I actually started typing it out, and then I deleted my tweet. I'm on Twitter Blue, so I can undo tweets. It's $2.99 a month, right? Can't tell you how many times I've messed up tweets. So it's just for whatever reason, when I preview the tweet, I'll catch stuff, and then I can undo the tweet, right? Also delays sending the tweets. I did that last night. I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? So anyway, Scalper ES, Scalper, whatever guy ES. If you're listening, don't feel bad, right? You're a nice person. I do try to help a little bit here and there, but man, getting into the nitty-gritty of all that stuff is an endless task. It's endless. It is absolutely without end. Sierra chart. Ice here at 70.75 here on the E-minute. I'm going to stick around till this is a final 30 seconds. Let me change the chart. If I can. Where is it? This is always a fun chart to watch in the last little bit. Settlement, 9 seconds away, guys. Settlement line right here. We're going to come back up to the settlement line. Bing, 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 bing. Bummer. All right, well, I tried to make a trade here. I was anticipating the market for reasons, shooting down to here, then shooting up. I was waiting. I never got filled. Sometimes you miss them. Anyway, have a really fantastic evening, and yeah, I'm excited to be doing this with a lot of you guys and the members. I am looking forward to everybody growing more, including myself. So I appreciate it. And for everybody who became a member today, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And let's go learn more about markets, and hopefully insert disclaimers about you're responsible for your account, blah, blah, blah. Let's all make some more money. Let's learn to make money in these markets where most traders are doing the classical thing that everybody else is doing. Let's do it different. And I'm confident that a lot of you will learn to teach yourselves or you will learn to fish very well from me. So, of course, you still need to cast the line. So, but anyway, have a good one. Appreciate it.